Zippers are one of the most important kinds of closures that you ever need as a fashion designer. If your zippers have been looking really crazy like mine was when I started sewing, by the end of this video you would have understood where the problems are, and by 1 to 2 practices you'll be good enough to be a master at fixing or knowing any kind of zippers. The thing is when you're starting to sew as a beginner, zippers can be very challenging. Let's quickly go over the types of zippers. There is, of course, the invisible zipper that is always used in a lot of ready-to-wear outfits and a lot of clothes that you order online or you pay for, like formal wears. They use a lot of these zippers. Also, the regular zipper, we use it a lot in Nigeria, and I think this is #1 kind of zipper a lot of designers or sewists use for their projects. And it's this regular zipper that is open-ended, like you can completely open up the zipper and close it back. You can open it to separate the two parts of the zipper and close it back up. And these kinds of zipper are very useful, like if you're making tops that are going to be fitted, because it opens and closes. It's really good if you're doing jackets. These kinds of jackets, you can easily use this kind of zipper because it's a separating zipper. The invisible zipper is usually a closed end zipper. I don't think I've ever seen an invisible zipper that is separating. I don't think that works that way. So an invisible zipper is always a closed zipper. You can also get this regular zipper as a closed end zipper, as opposed to this one, which is an open end zipper. There are also different kind of teeth for zipper. Some are plastic, some are, like a lot of the regular zipper have coil teeth, and I'm going to show you a bit what that coil looks like. Zipper teeth can also be plastic teeth, and it can also be metal teeth. The plastic can be made to look like metal sometimes, like this exact zipper that I'm holding here, because this is a plastic teeth zipper, but it's kind of like has this silver plating or over it that makes it look like it's kind of like it wants to be like a metal zipper, but when you touch it and you look closely, you know it's a plastic zipper. So there's also the metal zipper that are used in that are usually used in sewing heavyweight materials like denim, and yes, those ones are really common in our denim trousers. And all these zippers are of course available at different lengths depending on the project that you're going for. So there is the short zipper for maybe like a side pocket, and there is the very long zipper, like a lengthy zipper like this one, that is for upholstery, and you can use it for like pillowcases or like bedspread. They usually come with multiple zipper heads where you can close it just like a suitcase, or suitcases back then that use zippers. You can close it on the two ends with the two zipper tabs. A lot of the decisions that you're going to make about zippers is going to rely heavily on you as a designer, but they're just some really basic guiding principles that I will be sharing with us in this video. For majority of outfits and garments that we create, a lot of the zippers are pretty functional. You are adding them in to make sure that the wearer is able to easily get into the outfit and come out of the outfit without any stress. So if it's based on functionality, yes, depending on the design of what you have in your garments, then you can decide which zipper to use. Also, the fabric weight also determines the kind of zipper that you're going to use. For instance, you cannot use a metal teeth zipper, those really short zippers that are usually used for denim and jeans. You can't use it on a chiffon because it will be too heavy for it, because the metal teeth, in fact, it will be too much for it. Also, you can't use this plastic zip, for instance, for like a chiffon. This plastic teeth will be good for like jackets and stuff like that, as opposed to using an invisible zipper for a chiffon dress. Vice versa, imagine using an invisible zipper for a jeans trouser. It's not going to work that way. So yes, so since we've gotten over the basics of that, let's go into the different ways that you can fix your zipper. One of the ways that you can sew your zipper is by doing this double lapped method. In this method, you can see that the zipper is completely concealed, like you can't see it, and you can see that there is top stitch on either side. And I think this has been more recently my favorite as someone who sews. It used to be the OG method back in those days when everybody was doing this method, and then everybody now changed to an exposed zipper kind, but I like it now. Now, this is the second way that you can also fix your zipper, and this one is an exposed. You can see the zipper is very exposed. Now, I'm using different colors here because I want you to kind of understand and see everything really clearly. So if you're going to be sewing your clothes, do not use different colors of threads or zippers. Use the exact same color that match. But for the sake of contrast, let's do this. So this is the lapped zipper that is lapped on one side. You can lap it from either the left side or the right side, but you can also see that this one, the zipper is completely concealed as well. Finally, there is the zipper fly that is done and used for jeans and denim trousers, and you must have seen this kind of zipper a lot in your trousers and or pants, and it's also a concealed kind of zipper, and it's perfect, very perfect for trousers. One of the most common challenges that people have when fixing zippers is matching the seams at the waistline. So when you're sewing a zipper at the back and you're working on a garment that joins at the waistline, the zipper must always match at the point of the waistline. So just as I am illustrating with this in the video, you can see how I joined this black fabric into two, just so to simulate like what the waistline actually looks like. And you see how I'm carefully even matching the waist points together even before fixing my zipper. While installing your zipper, you have to pay attention to the points where the waist matches before you continue on sewing. So if it means you having to pin down your zipper before sewing the waist point, you have to get the waist point before sewing the rest of the zipper, then go ahead and do that, because that's how I was able to achieve matching the waistline of my zippers very easily. And once you get to do it a few times, you start getting used to it and it will become so much easier for you. In order to match the waist point very well, you're going to have to sew down where you want the zipper to stop first. Like the length of the zipper, you're going to mark it, because we are not going to use the full length of the zipper because we're just doing an example here. I have marked the point where I want the zipper to stop. So I'm going to go ahead and pin the zipper down, matching the waist with pins before taking it to my machine. If you're not very good to zip with zippers, the trick is to just start using your pins. Don't try to wing it or anything. Just try pinning everything down before taking it to your machine to sew. That will make it so much easier in fixing zippers. I made this yellow dress a while back and decided to use this as an example for this video. So you notice that the pattern of this dress, this fitted dress, is not right because you can see the zipper bulge on the dress. So let's attempt to fix it, because it's one of the biggest issues that people face when fixing zippers. This dress has a lot of fit issues from the pattern, but we are not going to face that in this video. I'm going to do a separate video where I show you how to achieve a flawless pattern block. And if this video is up, you see pop up on your screen now, but if not, it will be up very soon. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. So one problem that you can notice from the fixing of the zipper on this dress is how the invisible zipper that has been fixed, you can still see the zipper tip. That's not what it's meant to be. When you fix an invisible zipper, it's supposed to be so seamless that you can't even see the tip of the zipper, and the only tell that they've used the zipper is supposed to be just that zipper head, just like you're seeing in this white dress. So the only tail is supposed to be that zipper head that pops up on top, and every other part of the dress is just supposed to be seamless. So let's fix that. I've taken out the zipper from the dress and I'm going to press everything now, so before we even get started. So I'm going to take out 1 inch from the bustier part, and I'm going to take out another 1 inch from the skirt part. So just watch really closely and see how I'm going to achieve it. It's very easy, very simple, and so straight to the point. Like I said, you also be doing the same thing for the skirt part, taking 1 inch off of the skirt just like you did for the bustier portion. So this space that you have here is exactly what yours should look like now. You go ahead and repeat that for the other side of the zip allowance, and that would be before fixing your zip. This is what it should look like after doing that on both sides of your zipper allowance. Now you go back to your sewing machine, join it, and then fix your zipper. You can see how the zipper allowance side is no longer looking like a straight cut. This is what the original pattern should have looked like. So I am going to explain more of what I'm doing here in the video in the next step, on the next challenge with zippers. As you can see here, I'm trying to iron on interfacing. I'm going to do more explaining on why I'm doing that for this dress in a bit. So yes, after this step, I'm going on to sew on our zipper, and that would be a complete finish on fixing this outfit. So the fixing is complete, and you'll notice that this is a much more seamless fix, and it matches well at the waistline. Here's how it looked before, and here's how it now looks after the fixing. So let's go on to the final challenge that most people face when fixing zippers. And this one was the one I struggled with the most until I finally figured it out, and it's sewing zippers on stretchy fabric or materials. First of all, it's not absolutely necessary that you need to fix zippers on dresses that are made with stretchy material. Most of the times when the fabric is already stretchy, it gives room for the wearer to be able to easily get into the dress and get out of it. So you don't necessarily need a zipper. But if you absolutely must put a zipper on a stretchy dress, you need this one tip. If you sew your zip on a stretchy fabric the way we've been sewing on all the other fabrics we used as sample earlier, you're going to get this result, this wobbly zipper. You can see how wavy the zipper is. Have you ever seen dresses like this where the zipper at the back is so wavy? Yes, and that's because they didn't do this one step I'm about to tell you. Whenever you put a material like this on your sewing machine to sew, it stretches as you sew. There's no way you can escape it. You can use a walking foot if you are using some of these domestic sewing machine or an industrial sewing machine, but I'm not using any of those. So my trick to handling this every single time is to use a strip of interfacing on the zipper allowance. Simple as that. I just iron on the interfacing and then go ahead to sew my zipper on it. Afterwards, after the zipper has been sewn, I then pull out the interfacing. Interfacing usually dissolves when you wash the clothes. So the interfacing is this soft paper interfacing. Click the subscribe button if you've learned something new today, and I'll see you in the next video.